One of the other storylines that has come about, including from Media Day, is Marshawn Lynch simply not giving a fuck and not talking to anyone in the media. Now, we all have different takes on this. Firstly, J.R. Jackson, is it okay that Marshawn Lynch gives one-word answers and barely talks to the media?
Yes, and I'm glad they didn't fine him. Because they were talking
they were going to
potentially fine him for not participating, and they said, "Well,
it was going to be like over 100,000."
Yeah, I think I thought it was a $500,000, something like that. But yeah, it was six figures. It was a six-figure fine.
I thought it was like 150.
Maybe.
Okay, so
yeah, I don't know.
Continuing on,
I heard it in blurbs. But yeah, no, he participated, and that's the thing. It became a story that we find out who Marshawn Lynch is as far as speaking to reporters and crowds. Finding out your story, that's the point of Media Day, to find out more about these guys and see how they feel. We found out how he felt, and we found out who he was. There's your story, and it became a pretty big story.
All right.
So what do you say to the traditional media people who say, you're here for a reason, I'm here for a reason, I need to get a soundbite out of you, you need to talk to us, instead of giving one-word answers or just cutting it off short?
Nope. I mean, if everybody's there working with each other, you know who got the most soundbites? Deion Sanders. You know what he did? He has some kind of different access. He's an ex-player. He's trusted.
I was going to say, trusted ex-player certainly helps.
So, hey, that's why you hire certain guys. That's why NFL Network got that big story, because they hired a particular guy.
So that's why I need to be there, NFL Network.
So I mean, and
former player.
I have a level of disdain for sports writers and reporters, man. They think they're.
It's Friday Fun Day. Yeah. Don't take it too seriously.
No, I hate the privilege that comes from reporters a lot of times to be like, you're supposed to talk to me. What the fuck? I don't even like them voting for. I don't know why they get to vote for stuff like All-Stars and Hall of Fame people.
The writers.
Fuck you. Yeah. You know, you're a guy who wishes you were an athlete, and you're bitter now. And now they know they have a certain level of control over athletes' careers by bad-mouthing them enough and creating public opinion against them that they do this shit. I hate the way they feel like they deserve more of your time. You're a human being. You don't get to do what I mean. The athletes are. You can't.
Even though they have to. I mean, NFL rules.
I get NFL rules having to. Yes. And he participated. He did it. Cool. Don't ask more because of your job. Do your job.
Also, Deion Sanders was incredibly calm throughout that entire interview. He was just like, "What's happening, young fella?
Time.
What's happening, young fella?"
And think about if the athlete said, "You know what? Why don't you make me like you more? So I want to talk to you. Hey, why don't you understand where I'm coming from more? Why don't you actually come and relate to me? Instead, I have to just come and give you my whole life. Fuck you. I hate that, man."
Yeah, I got like three things.
All right, I'm ready.
It's a lot of stuff. I agree with everything he's saying. That's what I wanted to bring up. So the first thing is, Marshawn, he hasn't spoken to the media all season. So what's going to change now for Super Bowl? Number one, he was up 50,000.
Because it's the Super Bowl.
Why would you change? You don't change any routine. You don't change anything for Super Bowl. So why would you change? That's number one.
Oh, so you're saying the Seahawks are going to lose now because of that, right?
No. Number two, the thing is, like you talk about the reporters, sometimes you're like, why all of a sudden now you have to feel obligated to, like, I have to give you a story. I have to tell you, like, if I'm not the type of guy that likes to speak, why would I need to come up and speak and say things that I don't even want to say, almost? So I understand what he's saying. And then the part where we're talking about the reporters and stuff, I think I saw an interview with Eric Dickerson, and he was saying when he was getting inducted to Hall of Fame, he said it was like unanimous, he said one reporter. And the one reporter, no, because at one time he was holding out for more money, so like the reporter held a grudge against him, so he didn't fucking vote him in.
From 25
some
years
bullshit
ago.
like that.
No way.
Swear. So it's like some shit like that. You're like, that's when you start getting mad at like reporters, and they can change. They can basically like sway you as a you know what I'm saying, like what they write is basically what the public perceives you as. You could be the villain. You could be the freaking like poster boy. They can love you to death. It's just crazy how much power they have, and it's kind of sad. Like the fact that a person that doesn't want to speak, you know, like they were ridiculing Richard Sherman for being outspoken, and then now you ridicule him for not wanting to speak.
Great point.
But his interview with Deion is by far. I mean, he's a real
It wasn't
dude.
even that great of an interview. It was just sort of fun because he answered more questions.
But it was great. The fact that like it was exactly who he is. You know what I'm saying? He was like, Deion was like, "What are you about?" He was like, you know, he's like, "I'm about that action, boss." And he's like, "Well," he's like, "What do you do?" He's like, "What do you like to do?" He's like, stay in the cut, stay in my way, stay in my own lane.
Yeah,
don't bother anybody.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the dude. Like you can see how Deion was like, much respect. Like he could just tell like Deion respected him even more. He was almost like he was comfortable with it, but you can see it wasn't like Deion was on his.
He was impressing.
His swag game, like he was like, yeah, homie. He was like, so, we love you, man. You know, we love you too, man. Like you could tell, like Deion was like, I respect this dude.
It was a relaxed, calm environment, and that's certainly the way that it should be with Marshawn Lynch.
They should definitely have like, if he wants to do it, like they should have like Deion sit down and interview him one-on-one, not like 1,000 reporters.
Yes, that was going to be my next point.
Said it. Yes. He even said it when he was like, I haven't seen you guys my whole life, and all of a sudden now these guys ask me these crazy questions. Like I'm not going to answer these things.
Right.
So have somebody you're comfortable with, one-on-one setting. You'll probably get a way better.
The one-on-one environment certainly did help.
Yeah.
Obviously, fantastic points made by both of you guys. Who won? JR or Drew? No, I'm just kidding.
No. Let us know on the comments below.
On the comments below. No, I mean,
say JR.
I obviously.
Oh, come on, you dad.
Yo, you know what? I'm gonna rule a winner. It is Drew Carter, ladies and gentlemen. Drew Carter. Drew Carter.
Hey, good game.
That's what I was hoping for. Yes.
I'm the one with the temper.
That's awesome. That's awesome.